I was born and raised in Maryville, Missouri. My family has a restaurant there since 1975. Right out of high school, I jumped into it. I went to college for a little bit, then it kept sucking me back in. Not very often you have a restaurant in the same town for 50 years, and he's went through a lot of challenges. We've had a fire in that restaurant before in the past. So my father's from Greece, immigrated from Greece, I think when he was 16 years old. To watch what he does and just the drive and the working 7 days a week, that kind of gives me a little fire to get me going and to kind of follow his footsteps when it comes to work ethic. I've got 2 kids, and it's time to hang up the nights and weekends of the restaurant business. I used to work for Martin Brothers back in 2019 for about a year. I went back to the family business, and back in the day, I would just go after anything and everything. I've kind of matured since then, followed the Martin Brothers philosophy, make sure it truly makes sense, make sure it's a good partnership, not just for Martin Brothers, but for the customer as well. I'm looking for a long-term commitment, long-term partnership for these customers moving forward. Staff is very important to me, and in order for them to be successful, they have to be bought in, right? So that carries over to me, to the customer as well. I think I can relate to the customer at a different level. I can be a therapist if you need me to.
I've called him at 9 in the morning and at 9 p.m. and he answers his phone, always has an answer, willing to go way above and beyond. There's no rep anywhere that would get you what you need in a small town of Clarinda, Iowa.
Obviously, I'm blended, right? So street, senior living, a lot of micro market, grab and go vending accounts, daycares, one school maybe. Kind of keeps me on my toes. That's what I like about it. I've always said with leadership of Martin Brothers is, I would never do this for anybody else. So I'm very thankful. I love this company. I love what I do. It's been a wild ride, and looking forward to the next 20.